Hey guys, how you doing? Go do some tactics. Alright. So knight from C3 to D5. Trying to see, is knight takes E4 an option? That attacks the queen and the bishop at the same time. So when the queen moves, we take the bishop, and then we take the other bishop. I think that, because that's the drawback, he loses the defense of this. I believe that's the move. Oh, wow. No? Huh. Let me see. I want to see why this move doesn't work. Just hold on, guys. Because that's the drawback to this move is that, isn't it? F6. Okay. Pawn push. The king comes there, and then we bring our bishop there, and that should be mate. Oh, really? I have to check that out. Okay, it's drat. I'm moving too fast. Just gotta slow down. That. There we go. Sorry about breathing heavy. I'm just thinking. I'm trying to figure out, is there any way we could take advantage of the back rank here? Here, Queen C1 check, Queen F1, Queen takes F1. Oh, this is it right here. Oh, drat. That there. Okay. Double check right here, and then that equals mate. And then we check. And then we should have mate there. There we go. Trying to figure out how do we break through this, because if we go d5, pawn takes, then he takes, that doesn't work. If we go b5, let's say that a takes b, right? Okay, so b5, a takes b5, a6, a takes b takes a6, then we go d5 and c takes d5, c d. I think it's this. Oh. I want to try that endgame out real quick. Takes here. Because he would have queened on the square with check, and then we would queen there. If he goes there, it goes up, and then if he tries to, basically that wins. Let me see. And you're winning, okay. I was just wondering about that. Let's see if we push. And he plays here. We can actually take there and stop that. Oh, it's a stalemate. Okay. Let's see. Queen f8 check. h5. King takes h5. And then queen. Let's see, okay. Check. If he comes up, if he comes here, we play there. If he comes over here, if he checks here, if it comes down here, we play check there, and then we win the queen. So if he comes up, he comes over to g6, g5, sorry. We go queen check. If he comes there, let's give that another shot. Wow. Had that right so far. Thinking, do I play knight takes f7, king takes f7, then bishop bishop takes d6 check, and if king goes to e6, or hey, why not queen takes g6, and then you could do a discovery. Interesting. Yeah, this is the move here. I'll show you the idea behind it. This is a really cool idea. If he takes here, right? This is actually mate because of the pin. He'd love to intercept there, but he can't because of this pin. That's a sweet mate. Pow. Rook a8. If king d7, why pin the bishop when you can just move your king in? Sometimes I get something like right in my glasses and it's irritating. Let's see here. Say if I get my king to b6. If I play rook a8, king will come up. Then I come over here. Or rook a8, if king comes over, I come up. And then if he comes up here, we could actually just bring the rook over, passing the move. Then you move your king. Then you take. I'm thinking, how do I take advantage of that pawn move? I'm thinking about queen takes b7 check. I'm gonna do it. Thinking about playing bishop here, and then if knight takes check, pawn takes. If queen takes, then I believe we potentially almost got mate. Let's see here. So if we play knight here, pawn takes, what do we get? 0. Excuse me. Pawn takes. Knight takes queen, takes check. King takes. That's it? Wow. Let's try game now. Stay focused. Don't let any thoughts in that don't apply to chess. Just gonna try to do a Sicilian. That's what I'm doing with this pawn here. Let's see, bishop takes pawn, pawn takes pawn, queen takes. Nah, it's just too risky there. I don't think I get enough compensation for it. This right here is a threat now. The weak E pawn. See if I can't plop a knight in here. Maybe. Huh. Maybe I could swing over here. Let me see here. I don't want to give up my beautiful bishop. Let's see if I can't get this pawn going up the board. If he pushes here, I'm just going to push up. And I should be adequately okay, because then if he plays queen there, well, kaboom. Kind of got to look past your opponent's ideas. Let's view analysis, where we can improve. Okay. Self-analysis. So far, so good. Knight a5. c2. Knight takes. There. Oh. So I missed that. So knight d, so his king would have to move, and then knight, oh, snap. So bishop takes is forced, bishop takes. So and then bishop e5, and you have really a solid position. You have that. Yeah, you're pretty solid at that point. So knight d6 still is playable. Bishop a6. Kerplunk. So you grab a pawn. Even if takes there, you take that, and if rook goes back here, then you just grab a pawn. Bishop d3, and wow. Then you can castle and you're up. Okay. g. Knight takes e. I don't want my bishop being kicked out. Okay, need a little improvement there. Tiny bit of improvement. Okay, let's work on some more tactics. You always got to figure out where you can improve. That's the whole thing, and then you won't get beat at chess because you'll be able to improve even beyond where your opponent is. It's like what I always say. We're the ones that stop our growth. That's just the thing. Let's see here. Okay. I'm looking at queen takes, h3, pawn takes, pawn push check. So he takes there. So bishop takes. Huh, maybe if I double. No, let's see. Bishop takes. No, I'd be down material. Let's see. Rook takes, bishop takes. And I could bring my rook over. I'm trying to see here if bishop takes, queen takes, rook takes, oops, bishop takes, queen takes, rook takes, king takes, then rook to a6. Does that pick up? I believe that picks up a bishop in that line. Yeah. Oh, so it's we'll just take that. Okay. Then if I'm gonna check something out. Okay. Queen takes. Pawn takes. Rook over. If pawn takes, let's say bishop takes. Bishop takes. And then, okay. Ah, gotcha. So you're up a whole piece in that line. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha. Let's see if queen takes c5, rook takes c5. Hey. Let's see, rook takes b8, rook takes b8. Sometimes the most simplest thing, guys, is the one that you have to choose. We're fluctuating around 2,000 here. We will get past this. Don't you worry, guys. Don't you worry. Well, that's on our rating over on Allied Chess. I have 2,700. I have a 2,600 account, but I'm just doing tactics on these are a little bit different, so I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. And so I decided, hey, why not do a couple days of chess.com and then maybe do a day or so of Allied Chess, and otherwise you get dull. You don't want to get dull of a player. You want to keep everything fresh. Yeah, our guys that logged on really helped build that up too. So I can't say it's all mine. It's our teams. It's Chess Crunchers, Team Chess Crunchers, teamwork. So some of them I would get wrong, and before we answered them, and then the guys would put in, and we would go over it, and we'd find the correct answer before we put in the wrong one, and that's how we got to 2,600. Was by working together as a team. Trying to, let's see here. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Ba, 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 ba. That's why I ask for your guys' help sometimes, because you know what, some things I don't see, but you guys do, and that's how we improve. We work together. Huh. I'm thinking knight d6. King goes to f8. Then what? Then what? We don't have anything. Huh. True. So, knight d6, which is what we thought. Rook, and then king f8, rook d3. What's his best move? He might be able to move away though to king to g. King g8. Yeah. Okay. I agree with you. I think we need to maybe go a little, tiny bit deeper in our analysis. Let's see here. Man, if only our rook was on d3, that would be very helpful, wouldn't it? I think this hit is right. That's the first move. I'm thinking knight. I'm trying to figure out which knight we want to move. Excuse me. Thinking knight to f7. Bishop comes there. Yeah. There's like two other spots we can move. We can actually move here, and this threatens mate, so he can't really move. We pick up an exchange in that line. Yeah, that was crazy. Hold on, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to put it on an unrated one so it doesn't affect our rating, guys. And then you guys can take a look, and we'll go over it when I come back. Yeah, we're a full rook up. You gotta love it. Alright, let's take a look to see what we got here. Okay, queen takes d4. Maybe we could play knight takes d4. But if we do that, yeah, that doesn't work. Nope. No, if, sorry, knight takes d4, knight takes d4, and then it's equal. It's equal at that point. So I believe you're right. I think queen takes is the only move that has any teeth to it. Yep. The other way doesn't work because it'd just be equal material, and I think it'd actually be I think it'd be a piece up in that line. So let's go back and we'll put it back on for points again, guys. But I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. Alright, so nice. Nice, 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 nice. let's see here. I want to play knight d5, but if I play knight d5, rook takes d6, c6 would happen. So I'm not sure if we want to go down that path yet. Bishop h5. Oh. But do we only get a pawn in that line though? I think yeah. I think you're right with I think bishop h5 is the move. I think bishop h5 is the move. That makes more sense in this line, because then he'll move his queen, and when he does, we play bishop takes, and he'll have to move the king. When he does, we have a discovery, and we can pick up loads of material. Trying to see bishop takes check. He'll have to move back here, and then we have a discovery with, we have lots of discovery potential. What are we missing? What am I missing? What am I missing here? Well, maybe bishop takes, rook takes, and then bishop back, and we're threatening mate. I think that is it. See, pawn push. So pawn push. If king moves, pawn push. Thinking if I play knight c, knight c. What am I missing? Oh, nice. I want to see that again. So if we push h5, he comes here, we come there, rook intercepts. Yeah, that was right. Let's go back and we'll solve that again. Let's go back and solve that one more time. Yeah, queen g7. You were right, Fox, on that? That's right. Ah, drat, I missed that again. My bad there. Let's retry that again. Because I want to get that 100% in my brain. 100 right. And there's me. Great job. Great find there, guys. We'll get it back. We'll get it back. I'm thinking about pushing the pawn. He takes. Move the king over. And then he has to play. If he plays up, we play. He plays, we take. And then we queen and win. Then we push up. Oh. tell me it turns into a knight. Wow. Wow, that was interesting. I need to calculate better on that one. Oy oy oy. Oy oy oy. Okay, now let's take a look at this, and we're gonna take some time. Yeah, double Zook Swamp. Isn't that funny? In theory, we're winning, so because we could actually play queen takes f4 check, pawn takes c2, and then what we can do is always push our pawn up, have him protected, and he has to guard. King takes, you mean queen takes f4. Right, is that what you meant? Queen takes f4? He's threatening mate though. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, let's say queen c5, and then let's say queen d2. What do we do after that? Queen c5 and then queen d2. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because if we're over here, queen there, you queen takes. Yeah, that'd be mate, wouldn't it? Wow, great job there. Great job. Great job, guys. That was excellent. Excelente. To the 10th degree, man. That was great. Let's see, b5. Yep, that's right. You got it. You got it. That's right. Okay, so let's put that down a little lower. There we go. There we go. So pawn b5. if pawn push, we actually can potentially go up the board. So b5, if f4, b6, f3, b7, f2, b8 equals queen, oops, equals b8 equals queen, f1 equals queen check. So we're basically, if we go b5, and he goes f4, we want to go b takes a6, then f3, a7, f2, a8 equals queen check for us, and now we're the one that's winning. And we really don't really much care. We don't want to take, we want to push and get our pawn here. Because the whole goal is that we queen would check. And we can't really check anymore here, but what we could do is play queen a7. Queen a7, and we're pinning the pawn to the king. And then what we basically would do is zigzag down the board till we get our king here. We'd zigzag. And then if you try moving in front, all we do is then we can actually move our king over. When he moves there, we can again maybe put a pin, something like that. If you guys got any games you want to go over, I'll be more than happy to go over them on Allied Chess too. I have 2 games that will, and probably after this one, go over after this puzzle. You guys got any ideas? Hmm. Interesting. That might work. Huh. Nice. Okay, we're gonna go over the English English defense. This is the line after this is played. I'll show you. After the pawn moves here, and then he pushes up, we attack here because we're going after the weak point. Sorry, no, I have to change my my thing out. I just changed the number. I've been going over the English. I could go over the French too if you guys want. Do you guys like the French? That's cute. How about we do one English and we'll do one French. That's what we'll do. Okay. I'll pull up one. Let's see, which one is the highest rated player here? We'll do this one here then. The F3 line, I want to see which one else. Does this, okay, they both have F3 lines. We'll do this one because usually I do the highest rated. It's the English line has a. It's kind of like the London system. It's pretty broad of an opening. And if you kind of don't want to, if you don't like the French, yeah, if you don't like the French and you kind of want to mix it up a little bit, Simon Williams says that this is kind of the best setup for black because white's the one who usually you know, pushes the situation, but he gave a line for black that is really good too. You guys are funny. Knight BD2, yeah, because remember when this bishop moves here, that's hanging, so that's a weakness. But you always got to be careful when you're attacking this. You always have the lever yeah. Bishop takes, pawn takes. And d6, this is kind of an interesting line. Usually they have the lever so that the pawn on g6 is g2 is a weakness. This is more that black is white's saying to black, prove that your position's okay. Look at my rock solid pawn structure. Are you going to be able to break it? And white castles queen d, and black's basically going to castle queen side and say bring it. It takes and then castle queen side, and now white actually black has accomplished his idea, or their idea. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy, a man or a woman. I'll just say there. And the whole thing is the idea is to get a structure like this for white and play against it into an endgame setup. So d5. Now this is under fire, so it's double attacked. And he's trying to hack away at the fortress, and boom, boom. and maybe try to get a queen in here for mate. I like that. That was a sweet tactic, winning a pawn. Okay, so this is a resignable, yeah. So we'll go to analysis and we'll look at the French from black side of the board here. So this is usually how the French starts out. So, which line do you want to go down? The advance, the exchange, the Tarrasch, the Rubinstein, the Winier? Which ones do you guys feel as I like to say, spicy about? The Winier? Okay, sounds like a deal. A basic detail. There's a couple lines that you can actually go down in this one. I believe that the first line is if you just want to play straight standard and not worry about, you know, this right here. Usually the line goes A3, and then you take, and then you play knight C6, and you start playing against this structure and potentially F5. Yeah, because I really haven't. This move sounds just outlandish, a little too much for me. Yeah, because I probably would just take at this point, and then if the knight retreats back, then I'd play queen A4, and then basically say, and then if he plays here, you could take there. If queen takes, pawn takes, and knight takes, and then he'd probably play F4. Oh, what if he goes? What if he goes knight B? Probably you probably have a potential bishop there. You have this here, and then maybe knight, because then you can't move here, so you'd probably have to come up at that point, and now you have a pin. think you're still fine in this line here. I think A. Ouch. Yeah. Because that's... I'm sorry. My bad. He'd actually take there. My bad. Yeah. So you're probably going to have to retreat your bishop back at that point. And then he takes the pawn. Or maybe... Mine might be actually... I think this move here is best. I'm thinking this might be best. Because if he plays there, then you can actually pick up another pawn. Oh, b4. You could try to be greedy and hold on to the pawn. Then maybe try a check like that. Yeah, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, black's better here. Oh wow, my bad. I'm wrong on that. Oh, that's devastating, isn't it? Can't take there. Wow, that's crazy. You just want to basically go into the main, just go into the main line. Don't grab a pawn. You know what I mean? You're just asking for a headache. Sometimes the best thing to do, don't get pawn greedy. If he plays here, now you pick it up, he takes it. And now you can actually take at that point. And if he tries that, you just move your king over. Now you're safe as can be, and there's no problem anymore. He can't take that. There's no weakness. So, but if we got a little too greedy and we took, then he has that. So d5 is out of the question. Basically, we just gotta move over. He's still better because I'm moving his queen here with that. So sometimes simplicity is the best thing. So just keep it simple. Knight there, if he plays there, just go straight right into the line. Just have him go into the line. If he wants to play kind of funky and do that, more power to him, right? You can, I believe, can you take at that point? Yeah. Knight takes, and then knight takes. If knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes, and now we, yes, it's equal material, but look at how strong we are. We have 2 pawns in the center, and we can actually play for an advantage because he has a weak, he's got a pawn on the opposite color of his bishop, and so if we traded off pieces down to this here, I'll show you. If we traded all these off, and we traded all these off here, and we just got down to this, I'll show you the idea. If we got down to this and he got down to that, we'd be able to basically take this pawn, eventually win this pawn, because we have 2 attackers and he only has 1 defender, which would be his king, so we'd be good. You have to always look for endgame play. So the majority of the players are just going to play there. Then we do take, he takes, you take, bishop takes, and you just develop your knight, and you just play for an attack on east e5, and that's your whole goal, because you broke the whole idea of the French for white in somewhat like the advanced variation / Winier is to hold their center. That's their whole point. Central hold. And if they can hold the pawns like this, they hold the advantage throughout the entire game. But if you can, even if you just hack and take one of them, and you weaken him like this, you have at least a better chance of an equal game. Do you have any other lines in the Winier you want to go over? It's based on, yeah. So you want to do the main line? Okay, this is the main line. This is a line. The line that they mainly play is knight c3. This is the main line, if you want to think about it. The computer likes the sub lines a little bit. Then knight would come out, and you play it's an equal game at this point, because he's going to try to develop his bishop and then castle. And so what we do is we just castle. He develops his bishop. At the right moment, we can hack at the pawn chain with potentially f6. This is odd. Why? Yeah, that's more like it. More likely that I'm glad the computer kind of changed their mind there, or changed the engine analysis, because that move didn't make sense. This is actually a very rock solid move if you want to think about it, because let me see. He meant c5. Okay. Okay, so you're saying c5 here. What move order is that? What move order is that? Which number is that? Because I'm trying to figure out. Was this the line here? Then bishop d2 there, and then takes, pawn takes, and then queen. Is this kind of the idea that you were talking about? Poison pawn variation. Oh, the one we looked at. C takes D. Oh, C takes D here? Okay, D4. Knight B5. Bishop. You have two lines you can go down. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, I'll remove that. Well, you're gonna basically go there and take. Bishop takes. And you're gonna try to fianchetto your bishop. Yeah. So castles, if takes, if takes. That would be an idea of winning a pawn back. And white's left with a wrecked structure. So the knight would come into there, and then knight d7. Yeah, this is kind of a rock solid position if you think about it. Now you're saying, I'm here, honey, I'm home. Your castles. Then you take, because you want to demo his center. Rather than taking, the computer has to decide if you take, don't you surrender the two bishops though? Is it worth the two bishops? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This actually loses because I believe you can, if he took with the bishop, this is the proper takes. But if he took here, you would take there, and then you can actually grab a pawn. But you'd have to be careful because the queen can slide in and pick up the knight. So, I don't know. Very tickly. So probably that move there. Huh. Actually, you can't play that anymore, my bad, because if he tries that, the knight's protected. Excuse me. Now, look at this mess of pawns that white has. It's like ugly. Yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. Yuckity, yuck, yuck. We'll just give it a second to see what they say. So rook d c1, rook c8. That would be because of dominating the position there. And then the queen would protect. And now you're preparing for the opening of the position. me see. Can we follow the line after bishop? Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where. Okay. Let's see if I'm trying. Hold on. Let me see. Let's start over real quick. Okay, so let's see here. So we take move 8. Oh, I gotcha. Okay, castles, and then what happens after? Okay, you're just wanting to check to see what happens after bishop to b7. What white usually continues with is knight h, because he's trying to go for a attack. Is this kind of what you're talking about here, this line? Am I correct at all? Trying to see where if I'm missing anything, maybe up here. Let me see. Hold on, let me take a looky. Not that one. So bishop, rook c1. So it's just after castles. Okay. And rook c1. Is this kind of what you're talking about here? Kind of something like this. Kind of not. Just tell me if I'm getting close to the line that you're wanting. I'll just play it out. Tell me when you want to modify, because then I can change it when you would like. Keep going, because then we can. I don't know if I might have forgotten where I put it. I may have even deleted the line, so we may have to go over it again. Okay, keep going. Is this the line you're talking about right here, Fox? Okay. Oh, move 14. Move 14. Okay. Is this it here? So he takes d3. Ah, there we go. Ah, okay, perfect. Gotcha. Okay. Hey, we figured it out. That's what matters. Queen E and then E8. Gotcha. Okay, you want to figure out what to do after this for white or black? Which side? Okay. Which side, white or black? Which, because then we'll work it over and find out. Are you wanting to look at it from white side or black side? Oh, you want to continue the entire line. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Oops. Let's give it a second to, sometimes it changes its mind. I don't think it has a mind. Well, it changes its nodes of thought. We'll just say that. Okay, so bishop to B. Okay. So it takes H6. So basically they're trying to make a flight squares for the king and make a push. This is so that the king, so that the rook can come over, basically. King to H6 or H7. So queen to E3 prepares basically G4 and then potentially the pawn push. Ooh, thank you for the offer, but I really can't do it right now. Appreciate the Simo invitation. Thank you. Thank you for that. The computer takes a while to think. Come on, move that line. Come on, move that line. Move that nodes. Move those nodes faster. Come on, get going. The engines. Think faster. There we go. Sometimes they get irritated. They're like, I have to think over this position. I'm like, just go through your database, find the correct move, then show it to us, and then we can all improve. So, see if it if it wants taking. I think it's kind of forced. This is so that we can pick up a. Oh wow, it's going deep into the position, into the heart of the position. Do you want to go any further? Do you guys have any questions before I log off on this? Because we got to actually do 2 openings. We got to look at the English and we got to look at the French Winier. That was fun. Okay, you're good? Alrighty. Well guys, thank you for logging on. This was great. We got to go, like I said, over the Winier, French defense Winier. the main line and the side line. So we got to go over a lot. And then we got to go over the English defense when f3 is played rather than the knight coming out to protect it, and how black can handle that. Rather than playing f5, he usually just develops his knight and then castles. So we got to see that. That was fun. Remember, we have to know and we have to imply what we know. We could be willing to do a lot of things, but unless we actually do it, it'll just be our will. And of course, we want it to follow in the will of the Lord. So we got to remember to do that. His will is the important will. We also have to keep in remembrance that just keep learning. You know what? If you lose, take it back and find out. If you win, take it back and find out where you could have improved. If you kind of win because of a mistake by your opponent, go back, take that game most definitely back, find out where you could have improved, and because of that miss, because then what you could do is change roles. You can say, I'm my opponent. How would I improve if I was my opponent? That's how you that's how you can take a game that you've won and then look at it from your opponent's perspective and see how your opponent could have done better. That's kind of what I do. Remember, we are our own setters of our plateau. The mind the Lord's given us is a wonderful thing. It's even greater than a computer. Okay, we just limit ourselves. So don't do that. Just, you know what, keep pushing forward like in Meet the Robinsons. Remember also that we're like coal. Coal under pressure ends up becoming a very beautiful diamond. So does like a sword that is just a piece of metal that isn't sharpened isn't very valuable. But when it is sharpened, and it's in the medieval times, it was a way of protection, and it saved many lives. Defended many kingdoms too. So that's the whole thing, and we have to always be careful with the things that we learn, and we got to use them, you know, for good. Don't use them for bad, of course. And coming up soon is I can't wait, the World Championship, so I'm excited about that. That's coming up pretty soon. That'll be really fun to watch. Okay, I'll leave you guys with this thought. We hang up our coat, we hang up our hat, we sit down and study when most won't. We do, and that makes all the difference. As Wesley So says, for the Lord Jesus, and as I say, God bless, guys, and I'll see you next time on Chess Cruncher TV. See you guys next time. Have a blessed morning, afternoon, evening, and like I said, I'll be back on tomorrow, Lord willing, and we'll keep doing our French, our English, some puzzles, some games. Just go over them. If you guys got games, bring the games on, and we'll take a look at them. We'll probably put it into Allied Chess input, because then I can do arrows if you guys have games. So we'll take it from chess.com if you play it on chess.com, and we'll transfer it to Allied Chess, and then we could do arrows and go over it more. It's a little bit more friendly when it comes to that. Okay, well, be blessed, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, hoorah, go Team Chess Cruncher. We're doing great. Bye bye. Be blessed. Keep up the good work.